Few factors impact the local economy as much as higher education. An educated workforce brings higher paying jobs, which translates into residents having more money to spend in local businesses. It's the base of the economy, human capital. San Antonio has many excellent colleges and universities, all growing together, working toward the goal of a more educated community. Dr. Abel Chavez, president of Our Lady of the Lake University, and Priscilla Camacho, chief legislative officer of the Alamo Community Colleges, are our guests today. Let me begin with Priscilla, whom I've known for a long time when you were the education expert at the Chamber of Commerce, and then you've done the same in the Dallas Chamber. So you're deeply steeped in how education works in the community. And we know that the community colleges are one of the most important educational assets in a community, and that's true in virtually every major market in the country. Ours has how many students now?
Thank you, Henry, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. We have 66,000 students strong this semester, but annually we have about 100,000 that will matriculate. That's high school program students and our adult students.
So it clearly is the largest educational engine in the community, and it's particularly important because of its role, bringing students in who might not otherwise go to college, sometimes people later in life, and sometimes giving people the confidence that they should stay in education and go forward. Talk a little bit about the special role of a community college.
You know, we allow everyone into our campuses. We are a community college, and by that very name, we welcome high school program students, and as you mentioned, those adults who maybe got left behind decades ago and have felt empowered to come back, even for their high school diploma. That's the kind of opportunities we provide to our students, because we say this time and time again. Our chancellor, Mike Flores, says this often, that we're not competing against other institutions of higher learning. We're competing against poverty. So we need every student to feel welcome on our campus, to have those opportunities, to get that high school diploma, to get that associate's degree or that certificate or a credential that they're needing for whatever career pathway they've got.
Under Dr. Flores and the supportive board he has, the community college has over the last couple of years really innovated in a couple of areas. Give me just the highlights on the Alamo Promise, and also the free bus fare, and also the new connection with UTSA. Just a few minutes on each, on all of those.
Absolutely. So we would say that we provide holistic support, because it's not just the academic side of the house that we have to help students with. It's everyday life, and COVID-19 absolutely brought that to bear for all of our students. And so, as you mentioned, we provide some in-depth with our Alamo Advise, or now our transfer advising guides, a simpler way for students to be able to see that pathway. So when they take credits at the Alamo colleges, they can seamlessly transfer to a UTSA, a Texas A&M San Antonio, and Our Lady of the Lake University.
What is the Alamo Promise?
An Alamo Promise is an opportunity for students, eligible high school student graduates in Bexar County, to be able to come to our campuses, our colleges, tuition and debt-free.
So what do you have to do to get to that status where you can get that?
You have to save your seat. So if you Google Alamo Promise, you'll go onto our website. You'll be able to see the students that are at our eligible high schools. They'll be able to go through the process of saving their seat. Right now, we have about 10,000 students in Bexar County who have saved their seat for next year.
Are they going to school tuition free? Is that
when they save their seat and they go through the application process? Right. Once they've committed to come to our colleges, that is absolutely the promise that we make. We use Pell and all the other, we go through the federal, aid process first, and anything that's left over, we cover through Alamo Promise funds.
I'll come back to you in a second. Dr. Chavez, welcome to San Antonio. You are the newest president among the San Antonio institutions, and you have a distinguished background in science and technology, and we're very happy that you're in the city. You have a different role as the president of a private Catholic school on the west side. Tell us a little bit about what drew you here and how you see the role of Our Lady of the Lake in the larger picture of San Antonio's higher education.
Thank you for the invitation, Henry. Greatly appreciate you and the leadership that you provide, especially in these matters of higher education and economic development, which, as you stated earlier, education is a key part of that. And Our Lady of the Lake University, we are in the West Side. For some folks who might not know the West Side, we are one of the most impoverished communities, neighborhoods. Yes, of course, in San Antonio, of course, in Texas, but also in the U.S. And education is a key pathway to alleviating some of that poverty. And Our Lady of the Lake University, we serve about 2,500 students. As a private, faith-based institution, we provide an excellent experience of about 12 students per every teacher. And for many students, that works very, very well and incredibly productive to have that small classroom ratio to be able to truly engage in the complex issues of our time. And as a private institution in the West Side, and as an engineer myself, I take personal obligation and responsibility to continue to think like an engineer holistically across the community to make sure that we not only continue to serve as a key economic driver for the community, but that we're also inserting our students back into their home neighborhoods to take on leadership roles, to provide voice to those communities,
right,
and drive some of that economic development back into the same communities that they're from.
I've always said that education, higher education, is an act of faith in the future. Just give me a sentence on your sense of the future in these troubled times in our country and the role of education. Both of you. We'll start with you, Dr. Chavez, and end with you.
Sure. Well, and today, like at no any other time in history, society is questioning the value of higher education. I believe that is an unfair questioning. The three of us are a great example of what higher education can do. Myself, parents, immigrants from Mexico. Dad did not complete high school. Mom did not finish middle school. But through hard work and diligence and persistence, we are serving our communities because of what higher education did for us, and that's what we have to continue to do: provide access, retain our students' persistence, and graduate our students. Very hopeful.
You're actually choosing this profession as an act of hope and faith in and of itself. Priscilla, how do you see this?
You know, Henry, you mentioned, my experience in chambers. I believe education, whether it's K through 12 or higher ed, is absolutely at the center of economic development in any region. Mm-hmm. We are the centers of research and development, of human development.
Right.
And that's the kind of message we need to send to our community members, because it's absolutely right, Dr. Chavez mentions, there's this question, but while $15 an hour or $20 an hour even at Starbucks may be the temporary solution to putting food on the table, we have to remind individuals that we offer that pathway to economic prosperity in the long run. Okay. So while it is a leap of faith, we absolutely believe it is the right leap for our students and our community members to make in order for them to end those cycles of generational poverty.
Thank you very much for joining us today in this program that deals with the future of our economy. And clearly you've made the case education is an integral part of our economic future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Supported by Texas Mutual Insurance Company.